friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another technical talk of our channel TM Square. First of all, wishing all our viewers a very happy International Testers Day. It's really a great day for all of us to get a lot of inspiration and at least be recognized internationally that you are a proud tester for your organization, and being yourself a QA engineer itself is something really great. And it just tells you that the world recognizes our effort and our contribution to the world of technology. So we should look forward to be admired enough about ourselves and be self-motivated to keep up the good work every single day. So on this particular day and occasion, I would like to talk about a very important topic, which is QA engineering like a tester's job, is respectful or not? And the topic has been really a lot of time discussed in many of my sessions. When I talk about ISTQB, I talk about concepts of manual testing, automation testing. This particular question has been there every single time when people look forward to understand that what exactly makes a QA engineer more respectful. First of all, the journey kicks off with a new person, new graduate looking forward to build a career in QA. And when we talk about them that, hey, there's also an option for you to start your journey as a QA engineer, they say that, why don't I become a developer? I think developer is more challenging and more of like respectful job, and you get more payouts. I truly agree to this point and understand that, yes, a lot of our newcomers or new graduates have this common intuition that development is only the job in the IT industry, whereas QA is kind of like it can be done anywhen, anyone can perform it, and there's nothing challenging all about. I think we have discussed about this particular topic in our previous discussions in more details, that what is a QA engineer responsibility, and QA is not an easy job. So that we will not be talking about today. Let's start understanding that what is this myth all about. The myth certainly gets started with understanding that why a QA engineer is themselves not feeling respectful, or to a certain extent, you are not getting that particular respect. So there could be any one possibility here, right? Because we may have built a particular psychology that we are not getting that respect, or QA is not a respecting job. So why should I become a QA engineer? Because somebody has told you that. Second, being a QA, you are 100% sure that people are not giving a value to you, people are not giving respect to you, then it could be one of that as well, right? In both the scenarios, a QA is present. That means someone as a QA engineer is talking. A QA telling a newcomer that don't get into QA or become a developer, that is more good paying job, etc. Or you yourself not feeling respectful, both the ways a QA is there, right? Now the question is, why are we not getting that respect? Why a QA is feeling that we are not getting that respect, or QA is not a respectable job? Now the point is, let's start from a particular process. Okay, if you talk about a real-time project, and again, I'm talking to all those testers who are watching this video right now, that how many of us, given that we know the process, we know the SDLC models, we know the agile methodology, and we also pretty much know based on our certifications that there's something called as static testing, there's something called as early participation of the QA engineers in the project, the early testing of requirements, design, etc. Trust yourself and just be loyal and tell me one thing, that how many of us do really participate in the early life cycle, right? And the point here is, when you're invited to such calls where requirement gathering is happening, where design forums are being discussed, where design workshops are happening, a QA gets the invite but does not participate. Because they say that, okay, why I should be joining this call? What's the point of me being there? I don't understand anything. The question is, why don't you understand? We never said that a QA should not review the design. A QA should not be responsible to review a requirement only when it comes to development or only when it comes to testing. You were supposed to review the requirements as soon as it was drafted, right? Did you do your piece of work? So first of all, let's take the responsibility of making this statement that QA job is not respectful on us. Let's try to understand that why people are making that statement and why we feel disrespectful of doing what we are doing right now is all about we not showcasing our skill sets. Being a tester, it's our contribution, it's our participation, which we have to do as a part of the life cycle wherever applicable. We only show up our presence, we only show up our existence in the process when it comes to testing. And before that, we are nowhere seen. In fact, testers are not even being called upon. The reason is we don't participate. Now again, I'm pretty much sure that many of us watching this video would disagree, saying that no, Neeraj, here we are doing our bit of work at the beginning of the life cycle. We participate, but people do not entertain us. I agree to that. But there has been a legacy system for years together, which our ancestors have created, which our previous testers have created by not being participating, by not being contributing, by not being interfering, and that will take some time to change. The environment today understands that QA is only required when it comes to testing, once the development is done. Because we don't show our presence, we don't show our participation at the early phases of the life cycle. We don't engage with the business analyst unless there's a defect. But again, I'm talking about few years ago, not today. Today, the trend has slightly been changed and it's been transforming slowly. I have been worked with several organizations and I'm talking about my personal experience here that QA were respected. We encouraged the QA team to participate, get involved, and notify them as soon as a particular draft was available, as soon as a design was written, as soon as the scope was confirmed to us. We started looking forward to understand when this document will be available, what kind of environment is required to do this job, what kind of information we can have to review and detail them. So, coming particularly to my personal experience, rather than talking about anyone else whom I don't know, is all about, yes, we made our QA engineers participate, we made our engineers look forward to engage much earlier in the life cycle, and trust me, QA were having the respect what they needed. And given another example, it's not that QA engineers are someone which is well dedicated for no respect at all. Trust me, somewhere we are the complete responsible people who do not engage, who do not participate, who do not, really get going with the environment and coordinate with the people at the right points. So, of course, if all of a sudden at one particular phase, like that is testing, you come up with a number of defects, wouldn't it other people will feel bad about it? They would certainly come back and tell you that, come on, man, you could have told this long back to us. What were you doing when we were busy designing this? We sent you an invite. We invited you to the calls. You never participated. You said, this is none of my cup of tea. And today you are raising a number of defects, making us rework. Why do you deserve respect? Being a tester, you don't deserve any respect because you didn't do what you were supposed to do at the right time. Now, I myself am a tester, and I'm talking about testers with an S, right? So don't think at all that I'm just talking to you. I'm talking including myself. We have done this. I myself have done this when I started my career. I thought our job is the best relaxing job. We only get started when development is done and the module is released to us. And we never used to. In fact, I never used to participate when the requirements were documented, design was done. So I'm talking about my personal experience altogether. But trust me, slowly we started understanding that this is where we are losing our respect. And we have already lost it because of this. So the transformation started happening that if testers raise their concerns, raise their anticipations, raise their predictions that, okay, I think we don't have the document clarity yet. Let me drop an email to the management to the group of people, to the stakeholder, that hey, if I don't have a clarity on this, our testing happening after 2 weeks will be delayed. Now, every management participant will be, looking forward to your request, because you are the one who is going to show the thumbs up. You are the one who is going to approve that whether this product can go to the market or not. Now, again, just talking about a very simple example here, team, that when it comes to, getting a flight, right? I'm sure most of you would have been through a flight for sure, at least once in your lifetime. And some of you would have been quite frequently. I'm not sure if you have really observed, there is a guy standing right in front of the aircraft. Though we say the captain is complete accountable person for the entire flight. Okay, captain is the decision maker of the flight. The pilot has complete authority, all the law and order in his hand when the flight is taking off. But before it takes off, there is a ground staff, there is an air traffic control, which confirms to them that if you can go ahead and take off or not. Now, there's a ground staff who's evaluating all the parameters of your aircraft and making sure that every single equipment is responding to the request of the pilot and communicating to them that yes, it is working, this is working, the wings are working, all the flaps are working, everything. And that ground staff gives a thumbs up to the pilot before a kickback starts. That means there is some significance of this ground staff, right? But look at yourself, look at ourselves, right? When we get out of the flight, we always prefer to say thank you to the crew, thank you to the pilot. But have we ever stepped a little inside and thanked to the ground staff? No. Now the ground staff, isn't that they will always go and tell outside that better be a crew or better be a pilot, but don't be a ground staff, because that's the most disrespectful job. Nobody respects you. Nobody even tries looking at you. Nobody even waves at you, or forget about thanking them. This is the same scenario what's happening with us. Why? Because they don't come and serve you in the flight. They don't come and stand on the gate to welcome you. Hello, good evening, welcome aboard. They don't do all that, right? Who's doing all that? The BA, the developer, the designers, right? They are the pilots, crews, etc. Your ground staff at the airport who is coordinating for your check-in, etc. and all. Now the question is, of course, you look forward to thank people, you look forward to greet people who is engaging with you. But you never, ever try going to a ground staff who is busy rectifying things, who is busy scanning the entire aircraft, actually on whom the success of the flight lies. If this guy shows any sort of ignorance, that's where a fatality error happens and the flight crash. The point is, it is a disrespectful job. Why? Because they are never seen. Even if they're seen, we don't bother, because you are behaving as a passenger equivalent to developer, equivalent to a designer, or equivalent to a business analyst, right? And they are the testers in that case. But trust me, there's one person which always thanks the ground staff every time the flight takes off and lands. That is the pilots. Why? Because they are talking to them. They are directly interacting with them and confirming all the checklist before the flight takes off. Now the question is, the point of talking about respect in the job is by participation. If you don't show your presence, if you don't let people know that it is you who is doing something in the process, it is you without which this may not go successful at all. It is us who are the quality guys, and we have to put our nose everywhere, right? We have to ask you questions at the right time, not when we feel like. You all will look forward to have the great respect for sure. And I have gained it. Trust me. We did it. We spoke to the BAs, designers, developers at the right time. We gave them the unforeseen situations, predictions, anticipations of the delays, and we spoke to them about what kind of deviations we can expect, and that deviation could result into a blocker, and they started working on it much in advance, but not when the testing was going on, right? So the point is, first of all, if we are feeling that QA is not a respectful job, then we are responsible for it. Let's not blame anyone else. Let's blame ourselves. Because are we doing what we are supposed to do as per the process? As per the process, not as per me, not as per any protocol, as per the process. The process invites you to participate in sprint planning. Are you participating in sprint planning or not? Yes, I'm participating. What's the big deal? The deal is, did you ask your questions or only the developers and business analysts were talking? That's the question. If you participated and said that, no, I am not accepting this story unless there is a clear acceptance criteria, the BA will get you the acceptance criteria. It's the point that the right time. You don't raise this concern when the testing is happening. You raise this concern during sprint planning that, all right, BA and developer, if you are picking up this story for development, I don't have any problem. But before I pick it up for testing, you need to make sure that you got the acceptance criteria, which is achievable. I'm not going to accept the story for testing till then. Then the BA is sure that I have some action item on me. And that is where they get kind of, a bit scared of the QA's participation. That, hey, come on, man, QAs are participating. They're going to ruin our happiness for sure. Why? Because they have the perception of finding issues. They have the perception of making a product more quality one, and they are the best contributors. So the point is, are we really doing our bit in the process to make our presence or make our, qualification work as a part of the process? If yes, that's a different story. If no, then we are responsible to call this myth as a respectable thing, right? QA job is respectful because a flight doesn't take off till a QA approves it. You are the person who is going to validate this, and you're gonna make sure that yes, we are good to go ahead and launch this product to the market. But if you have critical defects, you have critical risk involved, you have open defect items which are crucial for end users, you are not going to show a thumbs up. You will say, it's up to you. If you push strictly to go for release, we are not responsible because we are telling you there are 5 open items and they are on critical severity. How can you? So it's not a sign off from the QA side. And trust me, none of the release management can go ahead and release the product unless QA gives a sign off. Why? Because we have that respect. It's just that we are not recognizing it and we are not applying it according to that. What more? When you talk about, considering that, is that like developers are getting paid more or testers are getting less? No. It's just that the world pays you according to your abilities. Today, the world is more about what critical assets do you have. I personally have friends who are working as developer at a very less package, less CTC, even after 10 years of experience, where a 5-year experience guy is getting more than that. And I'm talking about developers, not testers. I'm talking about a 15-year test manager who is having a very less package compared to a 7-year automation tester. Why? Because this person with 15 years of experience doesn't want to upgrade, doesn't want to look forward to learn new skills or upgrade himself in terms of adding more value to his portfolio, and is happy with what he's getting. So team, do not rely on just those people who say that my CTC is so low after 15 years of experience, so the QA is disrespectful. It's just that one person. If you see any such person in your life, think about me. Even I'm 13 years of experience and I'm claiming pretty high and kind of like global recognition. Why? Because I don't claim that I'm happy with manual testing or I'm just happy with one skill. I keep looking forward to learn more and more softwares, more and more tools, more and more concepts, and also publish it across. I go ahead and let our team know that what they need to do next, right? So this kind of portfolio is recognized by any organization. It is just not limited to you. It's limited to your whole set of team, right? Being an engineer, being a manager, anyhow you can contribute to your process and contribute to your team and make more and more better profile. And the better your profile is, better your profile in terms of criticality, technical skills, soft skills, etc. it is, the better your payouts will be. So this is another big myth that developers are getting paid more than a test engineer. It's just that you don't have that skill set, what you need to get paid according to it. So don't have that point at all. We really don't understand that a developer is just a portfolio and a QA is another portfolio. It is the pay scale, the CTC is built on your asset. The asset which you have on your resume, the asset which you have in your portfolio, and the mindset which you use as a part of your day-to-day work. And that's more important. So finally, again, when you talk about these things, there are a lot of discussion which comes up, right? But I don't want to make this session a very lengthy discussion because I want to keep it for one of our other discussions for sure. So the point here is the QA job is certainly respectful. It's completely a myth. And moreover, it's not about comparison at all. Do not look forward to compare your job with somebody else. You are unique about yourself, right? If I look forward to compare myself with respect to other YouTubers or maybe people who have 1 billion, 1 million, I should have stopped making videos on YouTube. Come on, man, my video has kind of like 200,000 views, but I have hardly 22,000 subscribers, right? It could be a highly big demotivator for me to stop making videos and start concentrating on my day-to-day work. But the point is, I still make sure I do it because it's my passion. I'm not worried about my subscriber. I'm more worried about how many people are watching them. As far as the views are high, people are happy, that keeps me motivated, right? So the point here is, I'm building up my portfolio to do what I want to do, right? The same way here, I don't want to compare with someone who is having 1 million of subscribers, 10 million of subscribers and feel demotivated. Rather, wonder what is that person doing that he has got 1 million followers and you are still lacking. I am lacking somewhere, which is still awaiting a lot of subscribers to join us, a lot of viewers to go through my content, right? So I look at it from a positive side of it. I look at it from a kind of inspiration that that's the goal for me where I have to reach. That's the goal for me which I want to achieve at some point of time, not tomorrow of course, but on a long-term goal, right? The same way here, instead of declaring on the very first note that that's it, what I'm doing is very disrespectful job, no one else should become a QA engineer, you are wrong. You should never be comparing your job with another one. There's no job which can be categorized under respectful and disrespectful. Think, it's a very deep meaning statement. There are no such jobs which can be categorized under respectful and disrespectful. Today, the world is transforming, and even you are ready to thank whenever you have a moment, when you find a cleaner, a housekeeping staff. Why do you feel like thanking them? Even at the airports, hotels, the waiter who is serving you, catering you, you prefer thanking him or her. Why? Don't you call that this is the most disrespectful job? Is that the waiter stopped working there? No. Until once you respect them, you think they are still the humans, they never feel bad about it, right? So, back relations, if you give them respect, they feel happy about their job. But point is, if they are doing their job precisely well. What if a waiter throws the plates on your table? Hey, here you go. This is your plate. This is your food. Go enjoy it. You would never prefer to go back to that hotel for sure, that restaurant for sure. Or even you would yell at them, give a very negative feedback on internet to make sure that nobody else goes there. So it all starts with us. The way we behave, the way we participate, the way we contribute to the process, the way we show our talent, people recognize it. If you will be sitting in a corner till all the process gets over, nobody will respect you. Trust me. If you have some respect for my words here, please think about your participation in the process. Think about your contribution to the overall SDLC lifecycle. Are we really doing the bit what we were supposed to do as per the process? And the answer will be no. If in case those who are having the answer as yes, you are the one who are not feeling that QA is a respectful job, you don't have that question at all. Why? Because you're getting that respect. And this question is raised by the people who are not doing their bit. Okay? So let's take this blame on us. We are the creators and we are the committers. Okay? It's us who is not actively participating. When we engage, when we ask questions, people will be tolerating us. People will be looking forward to us. And people will be respecting us for sure. It's just that we don't participate. Last but not the least, I would also like to talk about on the other side of it, what if you are energetic? What if you are committed? And what if you have all that talent and you are doing your bit of work for sure and still you are not getting recognized? Then there's one answer to it. There are 1,000 more organizations which are respecting every employee of theirs. So you don't really have to waste your time. You don't have to really sit down there and wait for getting the respect. Maybe that environment is not suitable for you. I'm not claiming here that all the organizations in the world respect their employees. That's the reason you say, right? Love your job, not the company. Because company can stop loving you anytime, right? So if you think you are doing your 100%, you are doing your best, but still you don't have that respect, and I'm talking from one of my comment, which I got the moment I told that I will be talking about this context. So the environment is not for you. And you don't have to wait there. You don't have to wait there. You have to look forward to the environment where people respect everyone and your talent. You are talented, so it will be getting recognized for sure. If you are. There you can get to know really is your talent working fine or not, because you'll find more competitive people than you. So, look forward to change the environment rather than getting demoralized, complaining about it. Start solving your problem. There's no point complaining about what's happening. It's more about, do you know what to do to solve the problem? If you know, then do it. If you don't know, get the help. Not hell, get the help. Okay? Get the necessary help and get out of that hell for sure and start looking forward to it. So point is, we are the one who are accountable, responsible, and certainly the people who can get respect for our own things. But don't forget, there's no such categorization of any job. Anything you see today, anyone who is working today in any practice, any type of work is respectable job, no matter what it is. Be a teacher, instructor, engineers, doctors, housekeeping staff, crew, pilots, whatever it is. We spoke about so many job roles today. All of them are doing their work. That's it. In that, you find people who are negligent. You find people who are sincere. That's it. The job is equivalent. Equivalent in the sense you have respect. You have respect. All you have to do is just claim it by showcasing your talent, right? So I think that was pretty much we wanted to talk about altogether, and I hope you really enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed it, drop me a comment and do some kind of encouragement here, because I'm looking forward to add more such videos. I do understand these are very long videos, so sometime I want to hear from you as a feedback and suggestion that whether these videos are really helpful. So do not forget to drop a comment and let me know about your experience on these technical talks, and we will look forward to add more value every week on this particular context, right? And we would also look forward to have your suggestions and feedbacks if you think I can do anything better to make your experience more better, right? So that's all from this particular video, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.